Hello there and welcome everyone. So happy that you are here today. This is Patty Bennett and today we are talking about shading with watercolor pencils on solid images, stamped images, and particularly these are from Stampin' Up. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator and so I will be showing you Stampin' Up products. And this is a bit of a technique video, not really as much of a card making video, but a technique video to show you this amazing technique. So welcome everyone. It is officially top of the hour for my weekly Facebook Live. If you are watching live on Friday, May 20th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, say hi. Hey, Mary, Brina, Donna, Denise, Lynn, Katie, Cheryl. Oh my goodness. It said, oh my goodness, 45 other people. It says, hello everyone. Hi, Susan, Cheryl, Ethel. Hello everyone. So yes, I love it when you say hi so that I can welcome you back. And if you're a first timer, please give yourself a little shout out so that I can give you a welcome. Oh, good. Yes. Okay. So good point. Jessica says she's excited to see this technique because she really hasn't used her watercolor pencils much. So these are the two packages of watercolor pencils that Stampin' Up offers. And I have not tried any other brand for this particular technique, but I'm guessing if you had some other watercolor pencils, you could completely try that as well. Hi, Tracy, Katie, Julie, Debbie. Hey, everybody. So happy you're here. If you're watching the replay, be sure to comment replay so that I can go back and look for your questions if you had a question. So today, like I mentioned, this is a bit of a technique video, not so much card making. I did make these two cute cards. This one features the Bottled Happiness stamp set. So we're going to be looking at shading that bottle. And this one is the adorable new Sunny Splash stamp set from Stampin' Up. Isn't this the cutest? Oh my gosh, absolutely love these. So, oh, okay, yes. Now, Cheryl says she didn't realize Stampin' Up sold them. We've had watercolor pencils for many years. Let me see if these even have a date. I don't see a date on the back of this package, but yes, many years Stampin' Up has sold watercolor pencils, and we have the original assortment, which let me show you in the catalog. It might be a little easier to see. So here are the two assortments, page 126. We've had assortment 1 for a long time. Assortment 2 came along when there was a color refresh and we had a few more extra colors to add in there. Now, they're not expensive, $16 and $12.50 for the two different sets. This one has 13 pencils, this one has 10. If it was only in your budget to get one set, I'd say just get number 1 because you pretty much get a rainbow. If it was within your budget to spend the 16 plus the $12.50, I would say get them both. I made, oh gosh, how many different projects? I'll show them to you, but I ended up using, I'm not kidding you, all 23 colors. So if you, if you have it in your budget, I'd get them both. And by the way, let me just point out, if you're looking for still photos of these two finished projects, my blog is pattystamps.com. Tomorrow, May 21st, I will have this bottle card on there so that you can pin it to your Pinterest board. And then on Monday, I'll have the swimsuit card on there. Sunday, I'm participating in a blog hop, so I had to spread these apart by a day. But pattystamps.com is where you can go to see my projects. You can watch replays, you can order products, you can request catalogs, get information about joining Stampin' Up, whatever you need to do. And there's a contact me button if you have questions as well. So today what we're going to do is look at how to do this shading and some stamp sets that would be good to use, and then you can play with that on your own. Now I do want to thank Barry and Jay of Mitosu Crafts. They are in the UK. They are Stampin' Up demonstrators who are amazingly talented. Oh my goodness. So here's a quick little funny story for you. Earlier this month, I participated in a private event for some UK demonstrators. And when I heard that they were going to be the other presenter, I think were there 3 or 4 of us, they were going to be one of the presenters. I like panicked because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm presenting with them. I can't even. Because they're so amazing. And so I was in a bit of a panic. I made it through. I was okay. It all worked out. But this is the technique that they taught during that class. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is a game changer. Because look at the difference. Let me hold this up for you. The left is just strictly plain old stamping. It's the Tahitian Tide, the new in color, with that bottle, and on the right is when you add a little bit of shading with the watercolor pencils. Now, is this just not amazing? Completely amazing. I was absolutely blown away by this. And so I thought, okay, what other stamp sets could I use? So let me show you a few stamp sets that I used besides the bottle and the really cute Sunny Splash. Trying to keep all this in order over here. I will show you this. So here's kind of the before and after, if you wanted to see that, the difference that the shading makes, because maybe, let me hold this up for you. Maybe it doesn't even like make sense. Maybe it doesn't translate until you see that before and after. Hi, Diana, Pam, Claire. Yes, what a difference. Yes, Robin, Barry, and Jay are amazing. Oh, thank you, Sue. You are so sweet. She said you're equally as amazing in her opinion. Thank you. I needed that today. Thank you. But look at that difference. Isn't that just the coolest? Yeah, I see some hearts and some thumbs up. Yeah, thank you so much. So there was that one. And then let me show you a few other things that I did. And then we're going to do some here on camera. So here is the Brewed for You. That's the beer mug. Of course, it doesn't have to be beer, but I tried to make it look like beer. Look at the difference of just stamping and then adding a little bit of blue to the mug and a little bit of extra color to the contents. We'll call it beer. I don't drink beer. So I was kind of guessing, but you know, I've seen, it's interesting when we go out to eat, which we do a lot, and I see people drinking beer, there's like lots of colors of beer. I don't think they had all those colors of beer when I was 21. I don't know. But anyway, so there's that. And then also in the Brewed for You, I tried the wine glass as well as that glass. And again, I tried to make it look like, I don't know, does it look like beer? Am I close, anybody? Thank you, Tina. She said they're stunning. Yes, Gay. What a huge difference. Okay, Marcy says beer can be super pale to dark brown, so it's beer. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, Barry and Jay are Mitosu. Let me write it down. Hang on, where was that paper? I'll write this for you. It's linked on my blog today. If you go there, you can click on the link, but it's Mitosu Crafts. I had to say it in my mind. Mitosu Crafts, Barry and Jay. But if you go there, you can link straight to their, I think I linked to their Facebook page or their website. I can't remember now, but it will link straight to them if you go there today and look at that. Thank you for asking. Thank you. Oh, good. Oh, good. Let's see. Anne is asking to explain what I said. Can someone type to Anne and let her know that she can watch this replay with captions to hear all this? But in a nutshell, I'm shading with watercolor pencils. Then I tried this cherry, the sweetest cherry set. So this one is, let me get a pointer. This one is just strictly stamped in Sweet Sorbet ink, and this leaf is just stamped in Parakeet Party ink. So then down here, I colored with some Real Red pencil. Then I decided to darken it, so I added Real Red and Cherry Cobbler. And then I tried Mambo, just to kind of brighten it. And then you can see the 3 greens I added. But again, just a difference in the straight stamping. No, Susan is asking, did I add water? No, I did not. You can, and I was getting to that towards the end here. You could add water, you could blend with blender pens, you can blend with Wink of Stella, but I did not. This is, and I'll show you, I'm going to demonstrate this. I'm just kind of giving you an overview here. But this is just coloring with pencils. So this is Sweet Songbirds. This is adorable. This is just stamped in daffodil and a stamped off Orchid Oasis. And then this is colored with the watercolor pencils. Thank you, Cindy. Thanks for helping. Thank you. And then I did a couple. Oh, here was the Sweet Songbird. So that's that one that I used. I was just looking at all my sets that were solid images. Then I tried Art Gallery. Now, I know that the Art Gallery set is two-step, that you can stamp this one that I stamped, and then you can stamp this one to get a little more detail. But I decided not to do that one. I just stamped this one, and then I added watercolor pencil to that because I just wanted to try this. I wanted to see how it looks. And I just think they are fascinating. It's like you can't go wrong, right? You can add whatever color you'd like. Yes. Okay. So Marcy said, once you start, you'll have a hard time stopping. I'll admit I did bother Marcy and a couple of other friends many times over the past few days, and I kept sending them pictures of these because I could not stop. I just could not stop. So that was that one. And then this is just sort of a bonus. So let's see, here we go. The teacup set, I know this is not a solid image, okay? This is how it looks, but I decided to sort of fake it. So I stamped on colored paper. This is the Awash in Beauty, I think it's called. Designer paper, it's the back side. And then I just started coloring and adding some color just to play. I really didn't really have much of a plan other than I just wanted to see how it would look if it wasn't actually a solid image. So that was that one. And then lastly, before we get to that demo part, I want to show you this. So this is it called? It's called Full Basket, or hang on, the stamp set is called Cheerful Basket. I don't know why I can't remember that. But in the dies, in the Full Basket dies, you can cut out these pieces and look at the amazing difference. So here's the die cut pieces. I used my watercolor pencils, and then I did grab my Stampin' Blends 500 and 600 and just like quickly went over that. Just real quickly, I sort of blended it, I guess. But look at that difference. So, bottom line, grab your watercolor pencils, my friends, and have fun with this. So I want you to, let me leave these out for a second. I want you to comment, is there a particular one that you would like me to do on camera? I'll do a couple, but I'm just curious. What? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad you like the basket. Oh, are people asking about the watercolor pencils? I went over that at the beginning, so let me repeat for those who are joining in. There are two sets, the original set and then watercolor pencil assortment number 2. In the catalog, you'll find them on page 126 right here. Assortment 1 has 13 colors, assortment 2 has 10, so they are priced accordingly. And I was saying, if it's only in the budget to get one set, grab number 1. If you can do it, get both because you'll love having all the colors. You really will. Alrighty. So while you are kind of voting here, I'm just going to say thank you so much to everyone who watches. Thank you to those of you who watch replays. Thank you to those of you who join me every week who are new. I appreciate all of you. And if you enjoy what I share with you, it is helpful to me if you click the like, if you subscribe, if you leave comments, if you share, it's helpful to me. And of course, if you want to visit my blog, pattystamps.com and you want to comment there, or you want to place orders, of course that helps my business. But I just wanted to let you know that as presenters and demonstrators, we do appreciate when you comment. Okay, so let me look here. The glasses, the basket, the swimsuits, the beer, the flowers, the bottle, the basket, the beer, the swimsuits, brewed for you, flowers, beer, wine, basket, art and bloom, vase. Okay, basically you guys want to see it all. Is that what I'm getting here? They all got votes. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. So, all right, let's just start. Let's just, we'll just do a few. Okay. Seems like those two did not get many votes. So these are the ones that I think that we will work on. Let me show you. Let me just do this one first. Scoot these. I'll show you. I have combined both of my assortments, and I just keep them all in one cup. I do not really care which assortment they're in. It does not matter to me. So mine are all together. You know, either way, whatever, right? Now I am going to explain this because I did use these, and if you took art in high school or college or, you know, anywhere, then you are probably familiar with these stumps, but I will show you those and what I did. So I am going to grab kind of reds and pinks and let's just see what we like with this one. And honestly, I don't worry too much about this. I just play, because you've heard me say this before. It's only paper, right? It's only paper. No need to panic. So what we're going to do is look at what we stamped. This was Flirty Flamingo, and we want to go a shade darker because now there is a Flirty Flamingo. Here it is. This is Flirty Flamingo. If you color Flirty Flamingo on Flirty Flamingo, you don't see a thing. It doesn't show up. So we need to go a shade darker. I'm going to start with Real Red. And let me just say, do you see this really fine point here on this pencil? Personally, I like it when it's worn down a little to do this technique. So do you see how this is a little more stubby? So if you have a super fine point, grab your grid paper or your scratch paper, whatever you're working on, and just gently, just kind of twirl and color and get some of that point to wear down, because at least for me, I like it when it's worn down and it has a little bit of an angle. So just a tip there. So we're going to go Real Red, and I just started to do where I thought the shadows would probably be. These flowers are probably kind of bending under. So we're not coloring the whole thing. We are just adding some color where I think there would be shadows. So that's step one. So I'm going to leave this one undone so we can still see what it's like simply stamped. And you can already see a difference, can't you? A little bit of a difference. That was Real Red. Now I'm going to go one shade darker with Cherry Cobbler. And I'm going to add a little more. It's a little bit like coloring with your Stampin' Blends markers, where you're kind of going back over one shade and you're maybe trying to get those to blend a little bit. Same technique, maybe. Let's say it that way. Look at that difference already. Can you see that? I hope this is showing up on camera. And I'm trying not to put my hand right over it. Just going to blow away all the little crumb things. So look, there we go. That's really all it takes. You can just completely stop right there. But what I found, I've had these for 8 billion years. These are called stumps, and this is just paper. It's just paper, and it's like super tightly wound. And artists use these for, oh, thank you. I'm glad you can see it. Artists use these for blending. And so you can see I've already used this tip with like pinks and reds. So if you want to, you can take that and just go over that, and it softens it just a little bit, not much. There really isn't a need for this, but since I did it on my original, I just want to show you. And you can get these online, I'm sure, or like at a big box craft store. They have them in the art department, and it just kind of softens it a little bit. And then if you wanted to make it look more like this one, I took the yellow, this is the daffodil, and I just sort of filled in kind of the void parts of this flower a bit, leaving some white, but filling in just a little bit. There, that's it. It's quick, it's simple. You don't have to get out water. You don't have to, have access to a sink. You don't have to have any other equipment, just these great watercolor pencils. So what do you think? What did I prove? That was easy? Yeah, Debbie, the stumps are great. Exactly. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Marcy. Oh, thanks, Anne. Welcome. I'm just scrolling back. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure if there were any questions. Okay, I don't see any other. Thank you. I love the hearts. Thank you. Thank you. So isn't that simple? I'm telling you, this is simple. Don't overthink it. Add some color. If you don't like it, there's a recycle bin. But, not bad, right? Really fun. All right, so I know a lot of you wanted to see the bottle. So let's look at that one. And I'll put the finished card there. And so this one, I decided to try the same colors that Barry and Jay used. I'm just trying to find them here in my Pacific Point. I'm looking for my balmy blue. Here it is. Because to me, this does not look like balmy blue, and it keeps fooling me in my cup of pencils. But this is balmy blue and Pacific Point. That's what they used. That's what I'm going to use. And then also, I'm going to show you how you can either add black or gray to darken it up. So this actually is the image that I learned from Barry and Jay how to do this. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Tina. Hi, Donna. Welcome. Okay. Yep. Oh, thank you. Patricia says, I deserve lots of hearts. You're sweet. You're sweet. So on this image, we are just going to start right here. This is Pacific Point. I'm going to lay down a little color there, come down a little bit down towards the bottom, give it a little bit of roundness. I'm going to come up around the top, give that a little roundness, and up here, and a little bit right there. And then be mindful, like, do you see these white spaces? Don't cover those up. Do your best not to cover that. Go around those, but still giving this some color. And then what Jay was suggesting was right under this white highlight is where you would want to kind of come down and just give a little darkness, because it helps highlight the highlight. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's number one. Or the first step. That was Pacific Point. I'm going to take my balmy blue and just sort of use that as a little bit of a blending tool. And a little bit of a darkener. I mean, it's just darkening a little bit. And then the last thing is you can do either the black or the gray if you really want to give a little bit of extra darkness. And at first I thought, oh, no, that's kind of scary. But it looks great. I think I'm actually going to do the black because I want you to be able to see. I thought, oh no, not black. This is going to wreck the whole thing. But it's amazing how just a tiny bit, just a little bit, really, really enhances the darkness. Just a little bit. See, a little bit. And then I'm going to find here, this end has some blue on it already. I'm just going to go over just a little bit. I like it softened, just a little bit softer. And I think I actually did a little more on this one, which you could keep going. I think I'll go back to the Pacific Point, just do a little bit more. And of course, with any kind of shading or artwork or whatever, the trick is always to leave white space. And Stampin' Up! Has done that in this artwork. So that's great. You just don't want to cover up the white space, because to me, that's what really makes it pop. Let's see. Yes. Let me see. Is this basic white or thick? This is just basic white. It does not matter. I'm feeling this is basic white as well. It does not matter for this technique. Unless you're going to add water, I would probably use the thick. Doesn't it, Patty? She says a little bit of color sure adds the dimension. Yes, exactly. A handle. Oh, this part? I guess it could be. I did not see it as a handle. I just thought it was the highlight. Just looking back here. Hi from Sydney, Australia. All right. So that's the bottle. The same kind of idea for the taller bottle. So this is one that I had already done, but this one, the difference is in Barry and Jay's example, do you see this black? That's actually, I'll show you in the stamp set, a separate stamp. It's right here that is stamped on top in black. And so this to me looks a little stark, the Tahitian tide and the black, but do you see by just adding the exact same colors, the balmy blue, the Pacific Point, and just a tiny bit of the black, do you see how then that black doesn't look so, I don't know, out of place, or, right? It helps really bring that together. Oh, okay, sorry. Everybody thinks it's a handle. I'm sorry. I did not know it was supposed to be a handle. I didn't look at it that way. You can have it be a handle. Yeah, I do think it's a highlight. Let me look in the catalog and see if, just going to see on their samples if you can tell at all. Not really. I do think it's a highlight, just because if you look at this sample, it just looks to me like those are all just highlights where the light is hitting that. That's the way I took it. So you can, it's art. You can have it be absolutely whatever you'd like, right? So now we're all going to be like, is it a handle? All right, so I don't know. Do we need to do this one, or do you kind of get the bottle? Should we move on? We should probably move on to the Brood for You, right? I think we're split. Half of you think it's a handle, half of you say it could be a highlight. That's cute. I love it. Yeah, it's the same on both bottles. Exactly. I think we should probably move on to this one so that you can see how that gets colored. I believe I'm just going to pull out some different reds and yellows. I meant to print out the colors that I used and I forgot. So I'm winging it here. We're going with what I'm hoping it is. So I know I did use Pumpkin Pie and Daffodil. Yep, pretty sure I used Calypso Coral, and then is it Bermuda Bay? I think. Oh, might have been Coastal Cabana. Let's test. Coastal Cabana. That's what I used for the glass. I did keep this. I was testing when I was drawing some other things, and I did keep this so that I could see, like, there's the colors for the swimsuits. And this will be on my blog. If you didn't see that earlier, the swimsuits will be there on Monday, May 23rd at pattystamps.com, so you can see all those and pin it and all that. And then these, I think I was doing for those teacups, but I kept that because it was a good reference. Okay, so let's go with, oh, that's okay. Kathy says, I think I accidentally hit the mad emoji. I've done that before, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope that the presenter didn't see that. It's funny, right? Okay, so on this one, what I started with was pumpkin pie. Because like I said, when I have been in a restaurant and I have seen people drinking beer, I have seen so many different colors. And I've seen some that are like, whoa, that is really orange. And then I think sometimes people put an orange in it, like an orange slice, maybe. I don't know. I forget. So I started by just adding a little bit of orange like that. And then I did some at the bottom. And then I went over it with the daffodil. And this is where I tried to kind of blend out the orange. And I actually did cover up what I stamped in, I think I stamped this one in Mango Melody. Okay, so I'm just giving it some darkness there. And then for the mug, I did this again, Coastal Cabana, and this I tried to do pretty light because, you know, the mug itself is not blue. It's just that when it catches the light, you do get sort of a little bit of color, right? It's not always 100% clear. And you know, we're not talking a masterpiece here. This is just a stamped card, right? But it is fun to just play and make it look just a little bit different than just plain white. Just a little bit of color here and there. And then with that edge that was the stump that had the blue, I just blended a little. This one I actually made it a little darker than I had wished. So I am trying to be a little more, have a little more lighter of a, oh, excuse me, words are hard. Have a little lighter of a hand. How's that? And then let's see, do we have an end that already had yellow? This one did. So now I'm just going to go right over that with this blending stump and just blend that out just a little bit. So there you go. You can tell I went darker here. I think I actually added some of the coral. I think I did. But we established earlier that beer ranges in color, so there you go. Yes, Tina, exactly. Everybody go grab your watercolor pencils, play with them. Oh, and I want to show you this. Dump them out, play with them. Hi, Judy, welcome. Let's see. Yep, no restrictions. You can do whatever you want. Exactly, Marcy. Yep, always scribble first. It's much better than actually, going straight to your project and then thinking, oh no, that is the wrong color. Yes, the stumps are great. Exactly. Yeah, stumps. And okay, so Kim is saying, do you prefer the stumps to the blender pens? Well, for this particular technique, I did not want it to blend out like it would with a blender pen, because a blender pen is going to like completely blend that color. I really wanted these to remain with these brush strokes. I love that look. But if you wanted it to blend out more, by all means, you can go over it with the blender pen. The Wink of Stella will do basically the same thing, or a watercolor brush. But I really liked seeing, you see how you can see the actual strokes? I really liked seeing that. So I did not want to blend these out. But of course you can do that. Of course you can. Yeah, stumps, Trina, I said online, I said big box, craft store, anything like that will have them. Let's see, no need to use alcohol. No, I didn't use any alcohol. What else? Hang on, I'm just looking back at comments. Oh yeah, and I've always had them in a cup because then I'll use them. I always have kept them this way. And I know probably like a real artist is saying, oh, you're putting all the points down there. And I'm like, okay, that brings me to my next point, which is the sharpener. And this particular sharpener has two different holes. This smaller hole works absolutely perfectly. You just put it in and you turn it, and you can see that it fills up with your little shavings, and then you open it up and dump it. This one is from Prismacolor. I have found this to be the best one. Stampin' Up! Used to sell a sharpener when we first started selling watercolor pencils years ago. I bought it. I used it. This one is actually better, and I don't know how much it is, but it's not expensive. I've had this for so many years. But this one I believe to be a superior sharpener over the Stampin' Up! One. Sorry, Stampin' Up!, but yeah. Let's see. Catching up on comments. Gamsol. Okay, I don't know what that is, but that would be something for me to look up. Thank you, Louise. I don't know what that is. Sorry, everybody who's talking about Gamsol. Sorry, I don't know that. So I think that about covers it. Let me just put these back out real quick. And if there was something you had a question on, I'm happy to answer questions. And if not, that's what I had for you today. And let's see, what? Oh, okay. Somebody says, yes, you could. Okay. Pilot has a battery operated sharpener that is awesome. Okay. Fabulous. Good to know. No problem, Tanya. We're just finishing, so you can watch the replay. Oh, the basket. Okay. Let me move the, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to die cut another one because I don't want to color on this. I have a team event on Saturday the 28th that I want to show this. So I don't want to color this one. So talk amongst yourselves super quickly while I die cut another one. And I'll just show you. It's this piece and this piece. Oops, these two pieces. Okay, I'm going to die cut those, and I will be right back with you. I'm just using crumb cake paper and these dies. Alrighty, that was quick. Not too long of a wait, right? Put these back. I have learned, oh, well, look at that. If you put it back, then you don't get the die. You need the die. That'd be funny. I know I die cut it. All right, I have learned that if you don't put things back, you can expect to lose them. So I have been trying to be so good about putting everything right back. Okay, these three pieces. So you can see here, I cut them out. Remove all that. And we have those three horizontals. And I wrote it down. So Cajun Craze, crushed curry, and espresso. So let's find those. In what is this one? Espresso? Craze and Craze. Well, there's a new one. And where's crushed curry? Why doesn't it look like any of these are crushed curry? Did I lose one? Oh, because that looks really like soft suede. That's why I didn't know. And then 500 and 600. Let me grab those. I think it's these two. 600. Yep, 500 and 600 of the Stampin' Blends. So the first thing that I did was I started with the lightest color, which is crushed curry. And I just started going over. Let me show you this before I get it filled in. This die from the full basket dies, can you see this on camera? It has, yeah, you can. It has wood grain texture in it already. So I am coloring over it, but do you see how it's leaving like blank area where I'm coloring, because this is only coloring on the raised portion. So I just wanted to show you that before I keep going. So this is haphazard. There is no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just sort of giving a bit of a base color. And then I did the same thing here. But I'm trying not to color right in the center, because do you see how leaving a little bit of a lighter area helps it to look a little rounder? So just kind of on the edges. Then my next darkest is Cajun Craze. So now what I'm going to do is try to kind of do the top and the bottom. Just kind of flicking it down towards the bottom. Those little pieces. And the two sides. And again, random. I don't want this whole thing to look one color. So this is random. Because, you know, wood is, right? Wood has different colors in it. It's not just plain brown or whatever. And then this one is early espresso. So this one I'm trying to do kind of out towards the edges. Actually, I realized when I put this on that the bottom doesn't even show. So don't worry about the bottom too much. I need a little more something at the top. then just a little bit out at the edges. I don't want too much on here. Probably help if you like glued those down, right? And then I thought I need these to blend, but this was not blending it enough. Just by doing this, it really wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't blending it enough for me. So I grabbed these are from the new Neutral Tones collection. There are 10 different markers. This one's 500 and this one is 600. There was no rhyme or reason. I just like grabbed them just because. And these will lighten as this dries, because as the alcohol dries, it's going to lighten. So don't be shocked and don't think, oh, I ruined it. You didn't. And again, just sort of leaving that center portion lighter. And I know it looks like a bit of a mess, right? But trust me, this is going to turn out really cool. I can see comments going by and I need to look because you all are probably going, what the heck is she doing? This is a mess. But it's really not. It's going to turn out neat. And then to sort of blend, I went back to my crushed curry and just sort of went over it. Kind of soften and sort of blending those colors in together, sort of. And I know I had my doubts. I was looking at this going, oh dear, I just don't know. I just don't know. Kind of worried about this, but when it all got put together, I thought it was just really cool. I know I'm holding this kind of weird. I'm just trying not to cover it so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so those were all those funky pieces. And then I just used Tombow liquid glue to layer it. I thought about popping it up with dimensionals under those cross pieces, but then I was like, well, no, because those bands around a basket are tight, right? They're not popped up. I want to add a little more of the Cajun Craze. I really kind of like the more of like a oak red tone to this. To that one, and then I think I'm going to put a little more of the crushed curry up at the top. So that was it. That was the basket. Kind of fun, huh? It's amazing how you can change crumb cake paper into something that looks like it does completely change it, Patty. Oh, you're welcome, Kim. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. Oh, okay. She's asking, will these weave through? So let's see, I would want this one on top. So this would go behind. That would go in front. Well, look at that. What an amazing idea. I think I kind of love this. But then would you do this one opposite? I'm trying to think here. Oh, shut the front door. Oh my goodness. Can you see that? That is fun. What a great idea. Thank you. Oh, Judy says game changer. Yep. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Yep, it does come to life, doesn't it? Thanks, Tammy. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, everybody. So sweet of you all. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like this. Thanks, Kimberly, for the suggestion of weaving it. I think that is fun. I think that is a really fun suggestion and totally different, right? That is a totally different look. Totally different. Now, no, never mind. It's just silly. It's just paper, right? Thanks, Anne. Oh, you're welcome, everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that. So let me just pull these samples back in and I will wrap up for today. I just so much enjoyed playing with this. This was absolutely just so much fun. And again, I apologize to my sweet friends who put up with me for the whole week of sending them samples over and over and over and over and telling them how much fun I was having with this because I couldn't stop. It was just so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, a little strawberry basket. Yep. And I'm thinking, wouldn't that be cute in green or maybe red and weave it like that? I think that would be adorable. Oh, the basket. Sure. Let me show you. Let me show you. It is called Cheerful Basket. So here's the bundle on page 35. And I only used the die. I did not stamp any of this on that basket. I just used these dies. And the dies are called Full Basket. Thank you for asking. Because I kind of didn't really talk about that too much. Kim, you are sweet. Yes, John, that it does look awesome. Let's see. When I weave the straps, the sides could be slightly popped up. Oh, so yeah, of course, like stick a little dimensional under there or maybe like 2 or 3 glue dots. I think that would totally work. That would be fun. Let's see. Yeah, almost 3D. You're right. It does look amazing. Hi, Diana. We're just ending. So if you're just joining, you can watch the replay. Thank you, Sherry. Thanks, Colleen. Oh, good. Kathy says her blender stumps will be delivered on Sunday, so she's going to play. I really appreciate everyone joining me today, and I hope that you will, if you own these, I hope you'll get them out and use them. I think the possibilities are totally endless with this. And just look around and see what solid image stamp sets that you have that you would like to play and kind of give them a little more life and definition and like roundness on the bottle or a cute shapely figure on the swimsuits. You're welcome, Robin. Thanks, Mary. Thank you, everyone. I just have loved hearing your comments about this, and thanks for your tips and all of your suggestions. Yes, Elisa, get those pencils out of your drawer. Oh, I hope you all have a super fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week. I have a fun idea for next week. I hope it works out, and we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. I am looking forward to having you see these all close up and on my blog over the coming couple of weeks. Alrighty. Oh, good, Tammy. She said she learned so much. I am glad. Oh yeah, free art class. There we go. From the person who just wings it. Okay, thanks everybody. I'll see you next week. Bye.